Unruly.
No,
Unruly.
Mom call.
Unruly. Unruly. Mom call. My name is Ish.
Yes.
I'm off the leash.
Yes.
And when these kids get on my nerves, I want to scream.
Unruly.
Unruly. Mom call.
Unruly. Unruly.
Mom
I
call.
go by Michelle.
Yeah.
I'm with my kids.
Yeah.
We fresh as heck.
Yeah.
Running up them digits.
Yeah.
Shop with Michelle.
Yeah. Hey, how you guys doing today? We're back with another one.
We're back with another banger, the mom way.
The mom way, charge it to the mom game. Do y'all want to hear us? Do y'all want to hear unruly moms do ASMR?
Yeah.
We can do ASMR.
We can do ASMR. That'll be funny.
That would be funny.
Only doing taller stuff.
Yeah, basically. So, today we want to talk about like parenting advice.
Mm-hmm.
And like some parenting advice that we ignore, some things that we keep. Basically like outdated parenting advice like that we choose to ignore. Cause there's some advice that I know that you moms get, that I get, that Michelle gets, that are just like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
absolutely.
I'm not doing that. Or not even like, I just don't feel like that is my parenting style. That's not something that
everybody parents different. We all do not parent the same.
Nope.
Like it's not no book on parenting. It's really not no book on parenting.
Nope. So let's talk about let's talk about what is the worst piece of parenting advice that you have ever received. Okay, what do you think?
You can go first.
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay, I think the worst piece of parenting advice I've seen, because I was thinking about this a little earlier when we was looking at the prompt, and I think the worst piece of advice that I received is I took my daughter when she was having like bowel issues, like early. She still has bowel issues now, but early on, right? Maybe she was like 1.5 or something like that. And the doctor, I took her and I was telling the doctor, like, yeah, I've been like telling her, like, showing her the sign for potty and stuff like that. Because I do sign with my kids, especially when they're like nonverbal. I just try to do, sign with them. And she was like, oh, that's too early to be trying to potty train.
I'm confused.
I'm like, huh? She was like, yeah, you should. That's like no lie, guys, and I'm not exaggerating. I literally think she told me like don't potty train till like she was like 3. Like 2.5, 3. And I'm like, no, by 2 I want her to be potty trained.
And it should be.
And by 2, my daughter was potty trained.
Yeah.
So like no lie, like she was potty trained. The only time we put diapers on her is when she would go to sleep. And then for 3 months after that, after we was doing nighttime diapers, she didn't need that no more.
Yeah.
And yeah, she has accents here and there, but barely. Like now, my daughter, she's 3 years old. She gets up when she has to go to the bathroom. 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, she wake up and be like, I gotta go pee.
The doctor doesn't understand that kids are human too. Like
kids learn different. They're on different levels.
Different.
You want me to be on this scale?
You want me to be on paper?
Yeah, the paper scale.
Yeah,
like what thing? And that's one thing I also have an issue with when it comes to like, a lot of people talk about that with the school system too. But back to that, that's another thing. But that's what I was talking about when I said that's the worst piece of advice, because I'm like, how you gonna tell me that my child is too early to be start potty training? She's like, yeah, and then it could cause her like a lot of issues, like fears and wetting the bed and this and that. None of that has happened.
Just shut up.
None of that has happened.
Half of the time, doctors don't even be parents.
Facts.
They don't even be parents. So you're telling me how I should go home and parent my baby, huh?
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
I could read the same textbooks that you read for 4 years.
I could read the same textbooks. Not only that, all I got to do is get to know my kid.
That's it. That's the biggest thing. I be seeing, like, granted, there is a thing, like new mom fear, right?
Yeah,
and so if a mom, you don't have another mom to lean on or something, a friend, your mom, you don't have that. I do understand you having that fear and you kind of leaning on
That's true.
the doctors, right? Or whatever the case may be. But in this case, it's just like,
but really, in a certain extent, though, you only lean on the doctors for health wise. You get what I'm saying? Like, to keep the baby healthy, to make sure the baby. Any other thing, I feel like I don't need you for it.
Mind you, I was in the emergency room because why was I in the emergency room? I think I was in the emergency room because like I said, she was having issues with her poop. So granted, I was a new mom, and I just noticed like she was constipated. She was crying when she would poop. So because she was so young, I'm like, oh no, like maybe I should take her to the emergency room, right? But they still didn't figure out what the fuck it was, so it didn't matter. I'm like, sometimes I feel like it's pointless to even go to certain things for certain things.
That's a fact.
I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna figure it out at home.
Especially with kids, because they don't give them no medicine, they don't give them no this, you can't do this, and they tell you the same thing that you could have Googled at home.
I could have just let.
They send you home and be like, oh, just give them
rest,
go in the shower, and
give them a lymphatic pill, not lymphatic pill, but y'all know I'm talking about, like, you know, like something. But yeah, nonetheless, I think that's one of the worst parenting advice, because how you gonna tell me that my child is too young to know how to potty train and that I should stop?
But the school is telling you that she have to be potty trained.
But
before she get to school.
Yeah.
Makes
so
no
it's
sense.
like no.
It makes no sense.
Of course I didn't listen to her.
I agree with that one.
I didn't listen to her, but I feel like that's some of the one, like, not one of the worst appearance advice that I have ever gotten. Like, what do you think, like, for you?
It's so many. I'm gonna say when the doctor, like, before you go home, they tell you, well, not before you go home, but when you, like, as the child progresses and stuff, and they be like, give your baby milk. I think that's the worst advice to ever give a parent. Like, the baby doesn't need milk, not even formula. Like, I think that formula shouldn't even be implemented.
You don't. So, like, on the other hand, like, what else would you give your baby if you wouldn't give them formula?
Shoot, did when we were growing up, did you ever drink canned milk, carnation milk?
Yeah, I drank carnation milk.
Yeah, like, they don't make that type of milk anymore.
So basically, I feel like your issue is more so with, like, the type of ingredients that they're putting in, like, formula or, like, cow's milk or stuff like that.
I really feel like that's not a good
substitute.
Like, and then as soon as your baby turn 1, you gotta put them on, like, whole milk,
like whole. Okay,
then you
I
progress
get that.
to 2% milk, and then I just feel like that's not something that should be implemented. You should just be like, well, they don't have to. You don't have to drink milk for your kids' bones to be strong.
No, I heard that was a myth.
It's a myth.
I heard that they came out with that, like, I forgot. I don't know if it was like the 80s or something. They came out with with the got milk, and and I heard it was a myth that it makes your children's bones grow, and that's why people was continuously feeding their children and letting their kids drink milk.
They've been lying to us, this entire time. They've been lying to us about milk, y'all. You
really, and that's why I'm like, bro, like, as parents, no lie, you just kind of you
go with the flow.
Learn your child. You know what your child likes. You know what your child dislike. What disrupts, like, even with my kids, like, I know certain things that they eat. It's like, now it disrupts their stomach. So I'd be like, okay, like, not no more of this. And sometimes people's bodies are just different. Like, all our bodies are different.
Everybody's body is
so
different.
What my body can tolerate, your body probably can't tolerate.
That's a fact.
Right? And that's why people have allergies and this and that,
And another thing is when grandparents maybe like, don't listen to your grandma, and don't. My doctor told me, she was like, don't go home and listen to your grandma and give that baby this or feed the baby this. And I'm like, my grandma no. Like, she was a doctor way before you was a doctor. She was a street doctor.
Yeah, period.
So, like, you can't tell me. She was like, everybody want to go home and listen to their grandmoms or they was actual parents. They was in the field. Y'all wasn't in the field. Like, y'all coming from the book.
And that's why, I do hesitate, because if we're going to these people, right, they do have warrants to give us advice, right? Because we're going to them for, like, if something's wrong.
Not gonna lie.
I'm not saying it's not.
Gonna lie. Every time I went to my grandmother about something that was wrong with the baby, my grandmother gave me a recipe. That remedy worked. Naturally. Worked. Like, if the doctor told me, I be having to do 1,000 things.
It just work. Or just like the other day, got a call from a friend. Oh, my daughter has a rash, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I said, what I did is I tried coconut oil and put aloe, right? And my friend did it, day cleared up. If she would have went to the doctors for that,
the baby would have had a rash.
Oh no, it would have had some chemical cream that probably soaking into your baby's skin. You know, and
it probably wasn't nothing but like a reaction to something. It probably was just like a reaction to something. And the doctor would have been like, "This looks like eczema, yeah." And you would have been like trying to fix it, making it worse.
Making it worse.
All they do is make nothing against my doctor people, my nurse people, but y'all make shit worse.
Because see, but that's why I'm saying like there's alternate ways. So I feel like yes. Go to the doctors. We don't have the same technology as them.
Right.
We can't,
true that.
We can't see if you got a tumor in your brain. We
That's
can't
true.
see stuff like that. So yes, go for stuff. But I'm saying like stuff that you can like naturally heal. Like sometimes us as parents, we overreact.
We do.
And when we overreact, it causes us to be like, oh, this is an emergency. But sometimes it don't even need
it doesn't.
I learned like being a first time mom is like I overreacted, right? When I had my first daughter, I overreacted with a lot of stuff. And now with my second kid, I'm like, oh yeah, she's fine. Like I'm gonna just give her this and like have her go lay down. Or if she is sick, I'm like, well, you know what? I'm gonna just give her this and have her go lay down, like and stuff like that. Just knowing like, all right, I don't need to be in an emergency room for 12 hours.
You don't. You do not need to be in an emergency
because my baby has bad sinuses and because she, I don't need to do that, right?
Yeah.
I know other ways, especially, I have my second kid, like, okay, now this is the way I can do it. So I'm not knocking anything when it comes to like hospitalization, nothing, but this is just, we're more so just sharing experiences of bad parents and advice that we have received. I can say though, like another bad parents and advice that I received is, and sometimes like when I say like I have other, like I don't even think I have other bad parents and advice. I mean, yeah, that was given that I received, but I just feel like sometimes like when elders, right, give like unwanted advice.
Yeah, felt that. That's a fail.
You understand what I'm saying? Like
that's true, because even sometimes when your kid is like playing too close to something or playing, you're watching in your mind, your kid, you got it, but they be like, hey, you need to get that kid for that kid. And I be like wanting to say like, shut up. Sometimes like I got this.
Yeah, like I'm fine. Like I know when my kid will go too far.
I'm gonna speak on my mom because she irritates me to the max. If Dream is picking up something or like say she just playing around with a bottle, she thirsty. If she pick up a plate, she hungry. You need to feed that baby. That baby, Mom, she just ate. She just ate about 2 minutes ago. Yeah. My mom always thinks she's hungry, thirsty. She's sleepy. She need to be. Mom, let her be. Let her be.
Like she's fine.
She's perfectly. If she cough a little bit, did you take her to the doctor? Did she get all her shots?
I wonder if that's like a grandma thing though.
It's a grandma thing
because it's like you're nitpicking.
You like everything.
Like, what they're gonna eat, or did they da. And I get the concern, but sometimes like, all right, relax,
girl,
relax. I got this. Relax.
Heavy on the relax, because girl, calm down. Like, why is you in my business? Why is you in my business? Like that's
funny.
My mom be like, everything, every little small
and
thing.
It don't be bad. It's just unwanted.
She sneezed.
I don't need it.
Did you take her to the doctor to get all her shots? A lot of stuff going. You need to, Mom.
I got this. I got it. She's alive.
That's what I think. That's just. It's different times now, because when they were coming up, it wasn't too bad. Or when they were raising us, we didn't have West Nile and Full Valve and all these viruses. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's a different time where there's a lot of stuff coming up.
It is a lot of stuff. So I think that
our parents,
it's like more like a scare. It's like a scare for them. And we're like, shit. We the type of parents now that I feel like we're like, shit, we know a natural way.
We know a natural way. Like y'all, I
We gonna be
cannot
alive.
remember not one time I've been to the doctor as many times as people take to their kids to the doctor.
Yeah.
Like I don't really feel like my mom took us to the emergency room like not one time. Everything was cured at home.
I don't remember going to the emergency room, but when I did go to the emergency room, I remember going because I had took my older brother's medicine.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't even know if my mom took me there. I think she let me sleep it off because she didn't know what the fuck it was. But then she realized after. But I'm pretty sure she did take me to the doctors. But I don't even remember going
for like physicals and stuff. Like when it's time for school, you take your physical.
That's it.
Yearly.
That's it.
But not like all the time. Like something is wrong. I don't know. I'm call grandma. She call her mom and she be like, "Mom, look, this." And grandma be like, "Give them this." Knock it right out. Cold, diaper rash, anything simple, grandma knock it right out. She'll give you the remedy for it.
Let me make this public service announcement, okay? I'll make this public service announcement, and I'm going to charge it to the mom game.
Yeah.
If I don't ask for it, I don't want it.
Okay.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
Amen.
So that means if my mouth is closed, I'm not hungry.
That's right. Oh, amen.
That's it.
Period.
That's it.
Period.
I don't want it.
Meaning to say, don't be saying nothing to me about my kid. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself. Now, on that note, I want you guys to comment down below on some unwanted or on some parenting advice that you receive, and we'll tell you if that's good parenting advice or if that's bad parenting advice. Or if
you feel like it was like, why did they say that to me about what I should do with my kid? Like, sometimes people be telling you things and you just be like, huh? Do what? Because what works for them doesn't always work for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, on that note, we're going to charge it to the mom game.
Charge it to the mom
game. And we're out. Unruly. Unruly mom call.